So hello, everybody, and welcome to our next session of Security via Live series. Today, I'm joined by David Moser, the Senior Vice President and Head of Digital and Access Solutions at ASSA ABLOY Opening Solutions EMEA. And today, we're going to be talking about all things digital and digitalization of access management. So David, just to start, can you give us a brief introduction into your background and that of ASSA ABLOY Opening Solutions?
Hello, Rebecca. Thank you for the invitation to join your show today. It's a great honor for me to be in as a guest. I'm with ASSA ABLOY now around 8 years. My background is actually in R&D, in engineering. So by training, I'm an engineer. I've worked the ranks in engineering. It was CTO of our division for a couple of years, and then I took over Digital and Access Solutions now 3.5 years ago. It's an exciting journey. We are on the journey to digitalizing the business in ASSA ABLOY EMEA. And I'm super proud to spearhead this team. And I think we are also on a very, very good journey, which I will talk more about today.
Well, thank you. It's a pleasure to have you here. And just to start, for a bit of context, from your conversations, with security and facilities managers, as well as, system integrators and installers, what are the biggest trends that you're seeing right now? What options are they considering for their next upgrade in access management?
I mean, access control security management generally is becoming more and more digital. I think this is the overarching trend. The transition from mechanical to digital is happening. It has been happening for a long time, but the change is now faster and faster. And I think digital brings a lot of opportunities for the users and for the security managers because it's more secure, it's more convenient, and you also suddenly get the ability to connect the systems to make the systems interoperable. You also get much more system information, more security information you can work with. And I think it's just the way to go. And when you think about how often have you visited the bank or travel agent in the recent times? Not very often, right? Everything has gone digital. And I think this is also something that our industry sees now coming. And I think the biggest advantage of digital access solutions is mainly we are centered around connected devices. So our digital locks and security devices connect to our systems, but specifically connect to the systems of our customers. So if a customer has an access control system of producer A, there's a high probability that our devices work with this system, so that we have really the flexibility to serve all the customer needs.
Absolutely. And you mentioned a lot of key buzzwords that are key themes in the industry right now, interoperability being one of them. But within this area of digital, what technologies are generating the greatest interest?
I mean, there are various technologies, but I think the biggest trend that we currently see is mobile access. Mobile access has also been around as a buzzword for a long time, as you just mentioned, but it's now also becoming a very fast growing area. And I think the growth is coming from the adoption of the digital wallet. It's from Apple and from Google, but also from other use cases, because people more and more understand what mobile access can offer to them and how they can use it. And also we as the producer of the systems have also integrated mobile access in a much better way than it might have been in the past. For example, with our Open Now system that we provide through Smarter as a smart locking system, we provide mobile access for multi-residential applications now in Barcelona, in Spain with B Corp. Very, very nice solution for the tenants because they can open their apartments with the mobile phones. But there are also features like mobile remote management. So when somebody is locked out or you want to let somebody in, you can do it through your mobile phone. And these are things that are really, really convenient. The second trend that I would just to pick on briefly is credentials, but emerging technology and credentials. And suddenly it's biometrics, which get some foothold in the market. I mean, biometrics has been around forever. It's nothing new. We all use it on a daily basis on our mobile phones. But still in security and access control, it was a bit slow on the market adoption. The pickup, especially in Europe, was much lower than expected. One reason for it is regulation, but I think more and more the market starts adopting it. And the reason for it is you have a quite unique credential because it's you. It's your face, or it's your fingerprint, or it's your veins that actually gives you the new uniqueness to get access to the building.
Definitely. And obviously the user experience is a huge selling point that you spoke about there. And that's kind of driving this trend, especially mobile credentials. But what is the real ROI from digitalization access? Like, is the initial outlay, I suppose, only beneficial for say, larger companies?
Okay, definitely not. But in the past, sure, larger companies were the first ones that adopted because they had different pressure from the market. But digital and access control is accessible for all kind of segments, for all different kind of company sizes, because it's becoming such an important driver. And I think an additional driver that we see now is we see more and more cyber threats around, and cyber threats and physical security are very strongly interlinked. Because you have to know who accesses server, who accesses a building, when, and if the person is actually authorized. This brings very new, but very serious, very needed use cases to digital security. And when somebody loses a credential or you need an audit trail, it's only the digital systems that can help here. In the past, it was really the keys. The keys and the key replacement was a real hurdle for the security managers, because you can or can overgo this, or you can bridge this with digital systems. But now I think cybersecurity is the bigger threat.
Absolutely. And you've hit the nail on the head there with some of more buzzwords, so to speak, with that convergence. But from a kind of logistics point of view, what about energy costs and sustainability? Obviously, they're also big concerns for companies and businesses who are adopting access management solutions. But don't digital solutions consume maybe, a lot more electrical power?
I mean, it's obvious that digital solutions consume electrical power, right? I mean, there is no digital without electricity. The question is, can we offset this? And there are different ways to do this. First of all, there's about energy's efficiency. So if you go digital, and there's no doubt that the industry goes digital, how efficient can we do it, and how sustainable can we actually provide our solution? And then there are topics which maybe we talk later about, which is energy harvesting, which actually makes energy efficiency, brings it to a completely different level. But coming back to the energy efficiency, when you have a digital system, sustainability plays a huge role here. And important is that the products you apply in the systems actually environmentally certified. Our products are EPD certified. That means we have environmental product definition declarations for them. And that means also they comply with green building certifications like LEED and BREEAM, which is really important, not only for wireless, but also for wired installations. And when you come to wireless and wired installations, sure, we do a lot of wired, but the market transitions to wireless installations because it's faster to install, and we save installation time. And also the installation causes a lot of effort and energy consumption indirectly. And the third point is maybe about cloud connectivity, because when the devices are connected and can be monitored from distance, there's less of a demand to send actually service personnel to the installations and check if everything is in order. So we save energy and also CO2 emissions.
Definitely. And sustainability isn't just about the kind of the end result, it's the whole manufacturing supply chain. So it can come into play in a lot more areas when you think about a solution as a whole. But how are these innovations reflected in ASSA ABLOY's evolving kind of product offering?
When you think about how batteries are applied to systems, the first important point is recyclable batteries, right? I think that is anyhow must today. We have to minimize the waste. The other point that adds to this maximum battery life, the 5 to 10 years battery lifetime in a digital, that would be perfect. I mean, industry standard, I would say, today is around 2 to 3 years, but we can all do much, much, much better. And I think our systems also go into that direction. But the really important step here is energy harvesting and battery-free digital products. We have already products like this in the market, like Pulse. It's a key-based digital cylinder that creates its own energy. We have another product which is called eClick Spark, creates its own energy. And we will do much, much more in this area because we believe that removing or reducing the batteries in the systems is actually the way to go. For our general innovation, and I think this is the question that you were also leading to, connectivity and modularization are the key points here. And connectivity means, sure, we have the RFIDs, we have the Bluetooth, but we also have other connectivity services now in our systems, IoT-based services based on 5G that really link our devices natively into the controlling software. So the idea is that all our locks get completely connected, are always online, and we can monitor actually the state of the locks whenever it's necessary. And the third element, the modularity. I think it's important for the customers that we as a producer are very smart on how we make our products, how we design our products so that they are modular and that we actually can, out of these modules, create very customized and cost-effective solutions for our customers.
So thank you, David, for your insights into digital access management. I'm sure we could continue going on. There's a lot of things, little nuggets of information that you mentioned there that I would love to delve in further. So I'm sure we'll have a little catch up afterwards. But it's clearly a rapidly evolving and growing trend in the security marketplace. So I'm sure we'll be around for round two. And if anybody would like to find out more about ASSA ABLOY's offering or products, please visit assaabloy.com to find out more. Thank you, David, for your time.